Hello everybody, it is Colin here, and in this video I'm going to show you a 6-figure affiliate marketing campaign. So this campaign was my first real success, my first campaign that really showed me the potential, everything that was possible. It made about $100,000 in 3 months, spread over 4 ad accounts. And this was obviously amazing. So I think there's no video on YouTube where you can look inside a 6-figure affiliate CPA campaign where you can actually see everything, look at the ads, look at the interest, look at the spend, look at the split test, look at the ads, the copy, everything, which I'm going to show you in this video. So I'm a little bit nervous of what I'm about to show you. But I reviewed everything, and I think everything which I'm going to show you will help you out so much. So if you appreciate this, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I do appreciate all the support I've had recently. Thank you for that. And obviously, I'm trying to create this new trend where as marketers, we share everything with each other. I share it on YouTube. I share it on Facebook in my Facebook group. And I hope you enjoy the content. But so far, so good from what I've heard. So let's dive in the content. So what I said is not many big affiliates want to show their campaigns. I get it. Like, you don't really want to tell people what's working because it's competition. But then again, there's so much volume out there, so much money to go around. Why not help you guys out a little, right? So this is a 6-figure campaign. It started in August 2018, so just where I quit my job. So what I will do actually in this video, I'm going to tell you a little bit of stories in between, and I'm going to show you everything on the screen in Ads Manager, because a lot of stuff happened when I did this. So just some background info. This is a sweepstake offer, single opt-in in Germany. It's a petrol campaign, petrol, gas, gasoline, car fuel, so everybody understands. In Germany, I ran it on Facebook and later on Instagram. I started this Big Bang Ads. I moved it later to Advidi. I will tell you why. This was the first time I used the tracker. I ran it over 4 ad accounts, of which 1 ad account is still banned, and it's this ad account I'm showing you on the screen right now. In September 2018, I had 8 ad accounts banned. I got 7 of them back except this one, and I appealed I think for this ad account 14 times, but now I cannot even appeal anymore. The button is gone for this ad account, so I think they got sick of me, but this was obviously a really successful campaign. So on this ad account, it has 17,000 euros in spend, and that's all you're going to see today. A combined total of 163 ad sets, combined of images and video ads. Excuse me. Which I'm going to show you, as I said, and obviously it's very interesting. So let's just start at the beginning. Around this time I was about to quit my job. Yeah, so I officially quit in October, but I had a holiday period before that. So I had a lot of time, and that's the thing. In this period, I studied a lot, I learned a lot, I implemented everything. So as you will see on the ad set level, I tested so much things, and that's what I recommend you do. Test things, create a pattern. If you would ask me if I would do the same things right now as I did then, no. I created systems for everything. If this happens, then we do this. All kinds of rules. However, I needed to test everything to learn how to make the perfect pattern which works for me. Because everybody is different, right? So the average ROI on that was about 118%. So I just checked all the backlogs, all the different ad accounts. 118% was the total ROI, which came out to, I think, $98,000. So about 6 figures. In euros, it's obviously less because the currency is a little bit stronger. This ad account is all in euros. So is there anything else I should tell you? No, not really. I think we should just have a look. because obviously this is really interesting. Like, I'm a little bit nervous. You're probably a little bit nervous, like what he's going to show. But yeah, we're going to look at some interesting things. So let's just start at the ad level. On the ad level, you'll basically see DE, which stands for Deutschland, which means Germany. I think it's the country code for Germany as well, DE. Then the H, then it says FB for Facebook, female, all mobile placements, and this is a copy of a copy. So it says copy 2. You can already see this is Facebook desktop that I was testing. First I did mobile. Once I found success there, I also did desktop. And you can see this is a huge split test. It has like different names, campaign 1, and also here you see campaign 1, but you see the age is different. So I had to check what it actually meant, and that's why I tell everybody who follows me, my students, use clear language. Campaign 1, what does that mean? I don't know right now what that means. However, it should say headline 1. Because all the headlines are different, but on the age ranges, they're the same. So instead of campaign 1, which is weird because these are ad sets, I should have said headline 1. As you can see, it's a huge split test, male, female. As soon as you find a winning audience, like, you can just launch like a ton of ad sets. So this is Facebook mobile. It's still with the headlines. And then here, it's a little bit different. So here I'm targeting the best winning audience, 25 to 34 male. And I'm running all kinds of different interests: grocery stores, expensive brands, video games, car brands, rappers, gasoline, beer, clothing stores, soccer teams. As you can see, it's super random. But what I want to stress though is look at the spend. It almost didn't spend anything. And that's basically one mistake that I see a lot of people make, and which I made myself. So that's why I can really relate. I was really impatient. I was really nervous. I didn't have the guts to spend money to get data. So what I did was I launched a campaign. It got like, 4 to 10 clicks. Too expensive, I turned it off. But Facebook needs to optimize. It needs to get data to work better. And that's why I implemented the 3-day rule, which you will see in my Facebook training. So in my Facebook group, I have a free training, a 3-step training. And I give you the 3-day rule, which means you launch an ad, you check it 3 days later, obviously monitor it a little bit, but that way you get accurate data. This way, launch an ad, check half an hour later, CPC too high, I turn it off. That's not a long-term business solution. That's just gambling, playing around, doesn't work. Just to give an example, 42 CPC, 12, 32. When you look at these ad sets, obviously the age range is a little bit different, but it's all around 5 to 10 cent CPC. So this will even out in the end anyway. It's just too little data. Can you imagine if you launch during prime time, like maybe 6, 7 p.m., the cost per click will be really high, but it's normal because it's the best part to deliver your ads. The bidding is really high at that time. So yeah, the interesting part is that it's split test, but I also want to stress that get enough data to make accurate conclusions. Because before you have the data, everything is an assumption. You don't know until you test it and get the data, and then you can say it did work or it did not work. Usually 100 clicks is the best. The more money you have, the more clicks you can get before a test run. But I would recommend at least 100 clicks to make like at least the first conclusions. So you can see desktop, mobile. Here we have different copies, which is also obviously really interesting. This is an aspiration copy, and this is a clickbait copy. What happened is obviously interesting. The clickbait copy, it got really low clicks. Like I can even look further. Here, OG copy, that means original copy, and CB copy means clickbait copy. So as you can see, like the same ad set, the cost per click was half of this one. So it related to almost double the clicks for less money. What happened is that the clickbait copy gets cheap clicks, but they don't click through the lander, they do not engage with the content, they don't convert. Or they do convert, but at like 1%. So in the end, it was not even profitable. Can you imagine getting, instead of 12 cent clicks, 6 cent clicks? You would assume it's like 50 or 100% more profitable, but it's not, because the people do not click through. With the OG copy, original copy, in this scenario, people engaged with the lender, click through, and a conversion rate of 15%. That's the huge difference. So it's not always the lowest CPC is the best. You should track everything accordingly and make conclusions based on the data. And that's what I did. So I turned off the clickbait ads in the end and ran with the other one. Here it says control. Basically at that time I worked with the control ad, which I would not adjust, and make split test based on that ad and always compare it to the control, which is a very common way of doing things. So when I was running ads, image ads really successful, I was doing e-commerce before, right? So I used to do videos back then. Why not test some videos? So I did test some videos, 28 videos in total. I did not spend enough money, I would say, but at the time, like, these CPCs were crazy compared to the clicks I was getting for images. Like, only this one did maybe okay. But when you get like 6 to 10 cent clicks and this is 15, it's less profitable. But at the time I also had a lot of cash flow issues, which I will come back later on. So you see tons of videos here where I was testing new angles, desktop again. So yeah, here. Basically, what I did here is I added Instagram. So as soon as Facebook was profitable, I was looking for a new traffic source. I added Instagram, more traffic, more revenue, more cash flow, more ROI, bang, 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 bang. So when it came down to adding Instagram, I added a huge traffic source. It was really profitable as well. As you can see here, it says 200% ROI. I think they're 200% ROI. That's Facebook though. But I have a lot of ones which says do not reactivate. Or it says do not reactivate it. It should obviously say do not reactivate. So what happened is at the time I didn't have enough cash. So usually the networks I worked with paid me weekly net 7. So basically you spend money on Monday and in 2 weeks time you get paid. If you spend money on the Sunday, in a week time you get paid. That's basically how it works. They hold your money a week after the working week. That was pretty shit at the time because I didn't have enough money to spend on ads. So what I did is I optimized. I spent all my money on the ads which had the highest ROI. So before it would say like 200, 140, 120, 60. And at the time I was just cutting the lowest ones out. So I said, do not reactivate, do not reactivate. And I put all the money to the highest ones. So in the end, these two, which had 200% ROI, were the best ones in the long term. And you can also see, I only spent like 25 on these, but I spent 125 on this one. It makes a lot of difference. I think this one, I spent 176. A lot of difference. And this one was the best one, which died out in the end. So as you can see, it has almost 2,600 euros in spend, about $3,000, 42,000 landing page views almost at 6 cents per click, which is really good. But it still said do not reactivate because at the end, when I had to define my budget, this apparently was not the right ROI for the budget. Although in the end, this was the most successful campaign overall. But can you imagine, it ran for about 4 months. So obviously there are fluctuations. But let's look at the ad level first. So let's look at the interest targeting and then we'll move on to the ads. Have a look what's up with that. Let's see. So why not grab, not the budget, the spend. So let's just have a look at the one which we spend the most money on. Because I can also give you some interesting stories there, which you can really learn something from, because man, it was stressful learning all that stuff. It was stressful, but it was an amazing experience because as soon as you learn so many new things, like so many doors open, like when I earned the first, this was a 6-figure campaign and I was running more campaigns, right? So when I started earning over 6 figures and my day job, it paid me like, I think 2,000 a month. I was like, whoa, this is amazing. Like, this really works. And I've seen other people do it, but until you do it yourself, it feels really euphoric. So I targeted Germany, men, as it says here, 65 plus, Facebook, mail, mobile. And then what happened is a small story. So I ran the ads broad, meaning no interest targeting. What happened is, at the time, I moved the ad from Big Bang Ads to Advidi. Why? Because I had a quality issue. So Big Bang Ads told me, like, you are sending too many people who do not speak German. So our call center calls them to sell them stuff, but they don't speak German. So you have 35%. That's a lot. Like, we cannot accept more than, I think they said 15%. And that's still too much. And I was like, ooh, that's a problem indeed. So give me a week and I will try to fix it. So what I did was, obviously German has a lot of immigrants and free stuff, it appeals to them, it's normal. So I started adding interest. So basically you tell Facebook, I need people who are actively on Facebook who have liked pages related to this stuff. That's the way I thought I would get that percentage down. And I did. It went from 35% to 25%. Still not good enough for Big Bang Ads. So they said, we don't want your traffic anymore, or we reduce your payout. So I was paid €3 at a time per lead, and they were saying they would put it down to €2. So I contacted Advidi. They told me they would accept my traffic. I did not explain the problem, obviously. And I ran it with them because they paid me, I think €2.80. So a lot more, still not €3, but they paid me €2.80. And just for everybody, for some clarification, this offer is no longer available on Advidi as of 2019 because I filled the gap. So what happened is, obviously, like, it took them 2 weeks and they messaged me like, hey, what's up with the traffic? We are having some issues with people not speaking German. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I cannot resolve it, I'm afraid. So we have to stop the traffic. And they were like, no, we don't have to stop the traffic. Let's come up with a solution. We can still get the traffic and we can resolve this problem. So they really worked with me because I was new, right? They knew that I was a newbie at the time and I was really trying to push things. So they helped me, and he told me, like, you need to get a tracking software. What the tracking software can do, it can split audiences. And he said, I have an offer which is also the same, but it only pays out €2. And I don't think the people care much about the quality of the leads. So let's try that. So what I did is I sent all the good leads, people who are in Germany and surf the web on a German browser in the German language, send them to one offer, the high-ing payout, and the low-ing payout gets all the people who click on the offer but open the offer in a non-German language browser. So English, Dutch, Polish, Danish, whatever. They all go to the other offer. So instead of losing all the other traffic, which you don't get paid for, we still monetized it. And I think it made me about $22,000. Can you imagine on scale what that does? And the tracker was only $100 a month, right? So it was a no-brainer for me. Or it's €100, 99 euros. It was a no-brainer. And I really appreciated them for that. So what happens if you start to run volume with ads is quality is going to be an issue. An issue before, you're just trying to get things profitable. Then when you scale, fluctuations happen in Ads Manager, but you also have to take into consideration the quality of your traffic. They will either complain, they will tell you to adjust, and you really need a good relationship with your affiliate manager if you want to be helped out like they helped me out. In the end, we built such a good relationship that as of today, 2019 January, I still work with them. Not because they have amazing offers, but they assist me very well in the growth my business is having, like this super rapid growth we went through. Because right now we're doing like 100K a month, right? So it's insane. There's just something I want to stress about this. Really important, really, really important. So if you look at this, just mobile, newsfeed, normal, optimized for landing page views. If you look at this, it says all placements. Let's just have a look at that. Then it says all mobile placements. Mobile, Facebook, all mobile Facebook placements except instant articles. So It's normal. Basically, it goes like that. So all the ones have the same interest on that. When I needed to change it, I just changed them all. This has like the lifetime, as I said, the entire date range of the entire campaign. And I have here columns and then performance and clicks. So usually it's the default performance, but you need to look at performance and clicks. Why? Because you're going to see the CPM, CTR, and total clicks. What is interesting though, obviously this was super profitable as it has an average click-through rate of 8%, which is for Facebook insanely high. If you look at the least successful campaign, which I also think only spent like really little, only at like, so let's say at €1 spent. €1 spent, 3% click-through rate, 2.3%. As soon as the click-through, like 1.5%, video though, so it's different. As soon, 12.4%. There's all the older age ranges. As soon as the click-through rate goes up, the ads become, I was looking at the wrong column as well, this one. As soon as the click-through rate goes up, the cost go down, depending on the audience, obviously. So what happens is there's an average CPM, and the higher your click-through rate, the more relevant your ad is, the lower the CPM, the lower your cost per click. It's all related to one another. That's why you want to have a look at this. Very important. So as you can see, combine the first three and you're already at 1 million impressions. It's crazy like how this campaign functioned. And this is like only one of the 4 campaigns I had running, right? Because I was dealing with spending restrictions on my ad accounts at the time. So I had to move some things so everything worked out correctly. But yeah, this data for all my campaigns, I analyzed twice a day, if not more. Sometimes even like up to 10 times a day when I was like hella paranoid. But it is important that you focus on the data. If you invest in a tracker, it will be much easier. However, you need to be able to read this, analyze this, work with this. I think we've pretty much covered everything on here, so let's have a look at the ads. I want to see the best performing ad, the original copy, and the clickbait copy. So you can see actually what is the difference between the two. And I'm not going to show the videos because they didn't work anyway, but they were kind of cool to make. So let's just look at the original copy first. It's in German, obviously, so I can read German, so I can still tell you what it says. Let's just look at the image first. The image is of a Shell petrol station queued up, and it has a huge red arrow. It says gasoline, petrol, too expensive. Click here, perhaps we pay for your fuel this year. Link, basic. The secret, or not so much secret, but the thing people overanalyze is how can a six-figure affiliate CPA campaign build on shit images and ads like this? That is the question I get most often when one of my coaching students, like I don't do coaching, so don't contact me. These are like private people I work with. They ask me like, why do these images work? And my answer is always because I tested it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be professional. It doesn't have to be clickbait. All you have to do is combine everything, test it, and the data will tell you what works. So let me just show you some different weird ones. Here, this is like super weird. It has the same copy but a different image, yeah? But I actually really want to show you like the ones I really liked myself, which was like the best performing one all time. Hang on. I should just select everything and then go like this. Does that work? Yeah. All right. Yeah, so there we go. This was my best performing ad. If you are with the Big Bang Ads Network, you might be able to still run this, However, I've depleted it so much with so many leads, I doubt it will still work. But you could. It says, click here, and C is like the polite form for you. So it basically says, click you here, but for them it makes sense. Click here. Perhaps we pay for your petrol for 1 year. Gasoline, petrol, all the same. Then the headline says, win free petrol for 1 year. It's just simple. Like the circle for the attention, you can do circle, you can do a border, whatever works. Like these images are from Google, put in Canva. It's so simple. Everything is just great about it. Like it's great because it's so simple. Let's have a look at the clickbait copy, because I know what it says, but I want to show you the difference between them. I have to scroll all the way down. Yeah, there was one. So this one says clickbait copy. Just to give you an example of what that would be like. So this says a lot of Germans don't have to pay anymore when they fuel up their car. And it's completely legal. We could tell you how it works, so you can do the same. That's basically what it says. And then it says, don't pay for gasoline for the rest of 2018. Simple. This worked apparently really well, but I put them to a quiz, and I think I should have put them to an advertorial. But I didn't want to risk it at the time, because advertorials have like obviously an increased chance of getting banned if it's like fake news style. You can see why it works. Like the copy is really compelling, and that's the true value of a good affiliate marketer, is they can come up with endless angles. They're so creative to think of angles, to think of things that might work, and then test it and see if it works. So I tested 163 different ad sets. Either the interest is different, the copy, the headline, the audience, the placement, all these variables, manual bid, like I can show you. I also have one which has bid cap. I just noticed when I scrolled through it. And bid cap means it was on manual bid. Here it is, bid cap, bid cap, bid cap, bid cap. These ad sets were on manual bid because I tried out everything. I split tested everything. And that's the key to winning or losing. You only lose when you stop testing. Even if you have a winner, the winner can be more of a winner if you optimize till there's nothing more to optimize. If you run 300, 500% ROI, I'm like, don't waste your time, go launch new campaigns. But if you're at like 100% ROI, there might be variables you can still split test to make it even better. If you have a tracker, for instance, something I do is I split those iPhone users to Android users, and it makes a 2% difference on revenue, overall revenue. And you might say like, yeah, 2%, I don't want to take the effort, but 2% on $1 million in revenue, that's a lot of money. And even if you're not there yet, even if you still have to make your first $10 or $1,000, what is important is that you create habits, create patterns, so you know what you're doing. And obviously I can show you here, like the most expensive CPC we got on an ad is basically no CPC, €2.80. That's basically on a video ad, more than $3 for one click. The cheapest one we got is probably like close to 4 cents or something. Yeah, 3 cents with a bid cap. So it didn't almost spend nothing, but this spent a decent amount, almost $140, 4 cents. In Germany, that is really good. But obviously it also got a click-through rate of 15%. 15%. That is absolute mental. When you look at the click-through rate all, basically people who like, comment, read the comments, 27% almost. 1 in 4 people stopped scrolling through the feed to check out the ad, to click on the link or either post a comment, read the comments, like the page. That's insane. And I don't know why I did not spend more on this, but I think this is the clickbait angle. At the time I called it new angle because the first time I launched it. And when I did a bigger split test, I called it the clickbait copy. But I hope you learned a thing or two. Like, this stuff is not, it is complicated, obviously, because you can make tons of money, so it is complicated. But as soon as you start learning, you need to learn first. Don't think, oh, I'm going to do CPA marketing because Colin did it. Like, I have now it's January right now, so almost 8 months of full-time experience. I work on this 10 hours a day, every day. If you do that too, then next year you will be doing good volume. But you need to be persistent. Even in the bad times, you need to push through. And I probably, before this, I think I launched about 50 campaigns, and none of them did more than €1,000 in revenue. Until you hit that good one, optimize it, a little bit of luck, $100,000 campaign. And after that, you know what to look for. You learn a lot of things. You grow, your business grows, your revenue grows, everything grows. So enough with the motivational talk. As I said before, I don't think there's anybody on YouTube which actually showed everything so open as I did today. I hope you guys appreciate it. If you did, please let me know in the comments below if you watched everything till the end. I had fun today. I really liked making this video, so I might make another one in the near future. But I would say thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.